Okay, let's get this out of the way so I can get back to editing my stupid video that I need to upload today. Why did it take so long to make? I had everything done. I don't know why it's been taking me so. I need to look through my logs. I need to look through everything that I've done, and it will tell me why it's taken so long. Man, I sure do level slowly. Hi, Hiru. Hello. What's up? Ooh, I almost used the clock watch. I forgot this has a 30-minute cooldown. I don't want to do that. I don't have another trinket. Hi there. How are you? Hello there, Audrey. I don't know. How is anyone, really? Been looking forward to this? I find that hard to believe. Fam, how's your day? My Sony Vegas keeps crashing every time I try to edit. It's really annoying. I don't know why it's doing that. I should really upgrade my computer. Are you going to do another game after this? Another game after? What? As in a game like Borderlands 2? No. Here are a few questions. Why are you only level 44 still? Because I'm a slow leveler. Why are you cringe? Good question. I think it's funny to be a little cringy. Why do you always mention your other channels as if it's a slight brag? Because I'm slightly proud of it. I really shouldn't do that. Well, I mean, more like I overdid it. I have been trying to cut back on it. Hello, how's life in Big Booty Bay? I don't like this place. There's so many other people here. I'm just trying to do a really obscure quest. And it's like... there's a whole bunch of other people doing it as well. It's these gosh darn layerings. They removed layering. No cringe, just good content? No, I like to do, I like to say cringy things. It makes me feel slightly more hashtag relatable. I'm not joking, I seriously love the streams. I find that hard to believe. Check the arena. I think it's too late for that. The arena is only like once every 3 hours, right? And it's not even at the top of the hour right now. Check the arena. What happened since I have been gone? Nothing. Did something happen? I'm surprised we got a slight split rift show up in this stream. What a surprise. Split rift is, he was part of the Discord for a while. He was even on the Patreon. But then he left one day. which is fine. That happens from time to time. I just assume he didn't like me anymore. Based on the comment he posted, it seems as if my initial assumptions were probably correct. Do you have anything planned if YouTube goes horrible in 2020? Nope. Probably have to apply to McDonald's or something. Maybe, I don't know. I have a pretty good safety net for now. Like, the 2 channels do really well. To the point where, like, whatchamacallit, I did the math before. Because I used to work a minimum wage job. And, with the 2 channels I have combined, I make, like, whatchamacallit, my weekly salary in 1.5 hours for my old job. So I think I make my old yearly salary in a month. So as long as I just like save up a month of revenue, I'll be good for a year. Because I haven't really increased the amount of spending I do. Do you smoke weed? Curious, I'm a fan. Vancouver? No. I don't smoke weed. I also don't even drink beer. I don't do any kind of narcotics. You know, I don't mind so much if other people do those things, as long as it's legal. You know, hey, it's your body, you can do what you want with it. Part of the reason I don't do it is because I think I would enjoy it too much. Because I have an addictive personality. Ooh, that's true. That's also another fair point, Split Rift. Some of the people from the Discord are pretty annoying. I don't even blame you on that. But you're right, yeah, the channels are doing well enough that, you know, the support is only really on Patreon. That's more there for people who really want to do it. That's why I don't really push it. I don't remember the last time I've ever advertised my Patreon. I don't think I have. Like in videos, you know, usually at the end people will be like, join the Patreon and stuff like that. You know, I definitely advertise stuff at the end of my videos. I don't think I've ever advertised the Patreon though, but I might be wrong on that. I think I have for like the Villains Corner. So I might be wrong on that. I'm addicted to your sugary voice. Yeah, that doesn't sound right. Such a liar, Kakio. Hey, Hero, still waiting for the Big Game Hunter challenge? I finished it. I finished it in a random stream like a year ago. And I just never uploaded it. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but it seems as if the garbage men are here to pick up the trash. They're very late. They usually come like real early in the morning. It is way past early in the morning. Sounds like you used to smoke weed? I mean, I tried it when I was young. As well as alcohol and everything. I can't say I enjoyed it very much. Dude, I can buy a gram for $5 at the gas station. It's death good. What was your old job? I used to work at a water park. Water park / amusement park type thing. Damn it, I keep using too much mana. I always forget. This is how I keep dying, because I'm constantly out of mana in emergency situations. I gotta admit, you just made me jealous. Hey, if you have, you know, YouTube does really well when you're one of the slightly... Shit, actually, my channels are considered small compared to the actual big people. But then again, you know, like the actual big people, as long as they're doing things correctly, they all should be millionaires. Because I will say, like, you know, most of the money I make goes to paying my editors. I think like almost half of it does. You know, so all of it really goes to labor costs. But even at half, it's still doing pretty good. Well, I mean, then 30% of that has to go to taxes. Oosh. I'm not looking forward to tax season. Damn it, why isn't he pulling threat? I gotta be careful not to use too many things. And they get ad spots like honey, etc. Yeah, Skillshare, they contacted me a few days ago. And they want to do another partnership. And I was like, I don't really like doing sponsorships, but you know, I like Skillshare. They're pretty cool. Also, Raid Shadow Legends, they contact me all the time. And I have been very tempted to check them up. Only because they offer so much money. Here, did you just swear on this Christian stream? I'm sorry. I will attempt to be better. I have no logic. I like watching WoW, but not playing it. It's kind of like me and StarCraft. I don't really like playing StarCraft, but it is interesting to watch. Thanks. Message retracted. I work my ass off. I have a pretty good job, make a good living, but honestly, I'm working my life away. How much time do you spend on making content per day? I work 25 hours a week on average. And I take weekends off. I remember I was whatchamacallit? I was on Reddit and someone was talking about like their life. They're like, man, you know, watching these things makes me feel like such a loser because I'm 30 years old. I still live with my parents. I don't have a job. You know, I don't have any friends or a girlfriend. And I was like, man, this is totally me. I can totally relate to this guy, except for the part about living with his parents and not having a job. You know, it's like I don't live with my parents, and I have a really good job. But everything else, I was like, wait, I can't really claim to relate to this guy if, like, you know, that thing. But it doesn't really mean anything to me. So my first thought was like, man, I totally get this dude. I'm in the same exact position, except I'm not really. But I am at the same time. It's weird how I just felt as if I related to him on an emotional level. Even if the only thing I have going well for me is I have a good job. It's almost like jobs don't matter that much. Are you only able to stream at 720? I can stream at higher quality. I just... I think it's my computer, actually. Because I have Gigablast internet now. And I have a connection directly to the router. So my internet speed's really good now. But my computer itself, I really need to upgrade it. I've just been really lazy. Because I don't know anything about computers. Like, I don't know. I'm constantly under the debate, like, do I just buy a computer that's good enough? Or do I go all out and future-proof it and make it really good? But also, do I want to do that? Not really. But should I do it? I don't know. I'm so indecisive on the matter, and I don't like computers very much. I finished the quest. There's no one over here. New video? I'm currently working on it. I should be able to release it today. I just have to change a couple of parts, because, like, the video I'm working on is called, like, top 10 additional hidden items or something stupid like that. I think the video itself is good. But here's the thing with the video. I wrote the video and had it all done back in July. So some of the information's a little bit outdated. So as I'm like going through and editing the video, because I also recorded the audio like 6 months ago as well, I see some things and I'm like, ooh, I should probably go and re-record these lines to update it. I was like, because this information isn't really correct anymore. Because one of the parts I was talking like, you know, hey, there's this secret thing that works in Classic WoW that's coming up. I was like, I should probably remove that. Classic WoW has already come out since I wrote this script. But those are just minor things. I already have all the footage and everything, so it's good to go. It's just, Sony Vegas keeps crashing on me, the editing program I use. So it's kind of hard to edit when it crashes like every 2 seconds, and I don't know why it's doing it. Probably one of the footage in the video is corrupted or something. Dude, gain AMD, Razer, Threadrip. I don't know what any of those words mean. I want to hear a funny story, alone time story from you, Kak. A podcast with a singular person doesn't sound very good. Man, I'd watch a singular podcast, but Kakio. But that's only because I'm interested in Kakio's life. I don't know how many people are. Hero, how's your wrist doing? It's like 99% better. But I don't know if it actually is or not. I'm just really good at, like, adjusting my life around it. I don't think it's actually that good. I remember I accidentally banged it on the table like a week ago and it hurt really bad. I was like, oh yeah, my hand is still fucked up. I've just gotten really used to it. Because it's been messed up for a year now. I should really go to a doctor about it, but the last doctor I had was annoying. And it's not really that big of a deal. You know, like next time I have a major medical problem, I'll have them look at it. It's only a matter of time before another one pops up. I think you should buy a new computer for me instead. I recently bought a new computer for one of my editors. And I just kind of have it in my room. And I haven't set it up yet. So I have a new computer like behind me. It's not, it actually might be better than this computer, to be honest. But I just bought like a pre-built. They are unknown. They've had like 40 YouTubers I've never heard of. PC is fine for everything else. Streaming quality almost always sucks. Actually, why would you upgrade your PC just for streaming? Well, I mean, I need to update my computer in general. But if I did update it, I could probably also increase the stream quality. I'm not a streamer, so that's not a priority at all. But, you know, I am a YouTuber. And that is a priority for YouTubing. That was my Discord going off in case any of y'all heard that. Sometimes streamer mode doesn't work very well. Do top 10 additional items sound sick? Man, I have another list for like top 10 more additional items. People love their secret items, you know. How are your wrist, hero? How old are you if you haven't mentioned in another video or don't want to tell? I am currently 16 years old. I just got back from high school today. Man, I cannot wait for Christmas vacation. Am I right, fellow kids? What are some common job injuries while doing YouTube? Fuck, if there's common job injuries, then I have all of them. I have a messed up, like, chest from slouching over too much. Posture is very important. I've heard that before, but it never really stuck with me until I had chest problems because of my posture. And then, of course, there's the carpal tunnel you gotta worry about. And then, like, the whole stress factor of it. Face reveal? There is a picture of my face out there. I went to BlizzCon, and I took pictures with fans. And one of them posted the picture we took together on her Twitter. And she tagged me in it, so, you know, if you're really curious, you can find out. I will, you know, warn you, though. You know, prepare to be disappointed. I'm sure I look much better in your imagination than I would appear in real life. High school ends later than my time during stream. Okay, Zoomer. Haha, yes, I am one of you as well, my fellow kids. Yep, I started YouTube when I was 10. You're such a 16-year-old. I am. Whenever I say that, people don't believe me for some reason. You know, it's probably because I'm lying, but still. It hurts that they don't believe me anyway. I don't have any room. Enchant gloves, advanced mining. Ooh, is that a rare recipe? I have no idea. I need some room. I need some room in my bags, but I don't have any room. Heavy leather is worth so much. I don't think it's worth more than throwing this out, though, because that vendor's for quite a bit. Is there anything I can throw away? This fish oil doesn't seem very valuable. Collect 8 spirit bones. I'm going to head back to the town to clear my bags. So, try Iron Man. I was talking to a 12-year-old. Yep. You know, Kakio, people ask me about the Try Iron Man every day. Are you ever going to tell the people why you quit doing it? You know, I can tell them the secret if you wish. If you guys want to know the secret, well, I don't know. They probably don't care. No one cares about the real reason he canceled the Try Iron Man. Like, he must have some muscles and the ability to punch people. Hero just looks slightly masculine, not gonna lie. Thanks for the 20 CEK, Nicola. Keep it up, bro. Don't get a job, it's a trap. I will take that to heart. If YouTube ever fails, I'm just gonna go and live in the wilderness and then come back immediately and work at McDonald's because I love my computer.
Keep it up, bro. Don't get a job, it's a trap.
Whoa, that's a new voice. Here, have you ever thought selling your home and becoming a nomad? I've thought about how I would really not like to do that, yeah. Here, can I guess your age? Sure. If you guess 16, you're on point. Hey, here, what editors do you use for your videos? I currently have 3 editors. And none of them are like famous people. So if I told you who they were, you wouldn't know who they are. Although, to be fair, I don't consider myself a famous person either. Kumagawa. Oh my god, I just have no room in my bags anymore. I remember when I used to have room in my bags all the time, but now half of my slots are taken by quest items. Oh fuck, I forgot to send off the green things of Stranglethorn. You don't even know, Trickster. You don't even... Oh, do you guys want to know why? What is Try Iron Man? Well, here changes text to speech. Try Iron Man challenge was when me, Crucial, and Kakyo did an Iron Man challenge together as naked Tauren druids. And the reason we canceled it, Kakyo told me in secret. He's like, here's the real reason I canceled the Try Iron Man. And the reason was because it doesn't get very many views. And I was like, that's fair. And that's the dirty little secret. It turns out YouTubers cancel series if they don't get a lot of views. Who would have thunk? I can tell that I identify myself as a 12-year-old. You got a problem with that? Yeah, see, that'd be funny if someone tried to use it as a defense in court. Sir, it's not statutory blank because I identify as a 12-year-old. Does Grim still edit your videos? Nah, he does his own thing now. I miss Grim though. He's so good at his job. Sorry, not editors, I mean editing software. Oh, I use Sony Vegas and After Effects. It's 2019. You can identify whatever age you want. Or did he quit? You see yourself as a he or a she? Ugh, trying to assign myself a gender pronoun? I'll have you know I'm non-binary. What's your favorite monster in Yu-Gi-Oh? Mine goes to Googly Eyes Drum Dragon. Probably the Fire Charmer Hita. For personal reasons. Definitely not because she's a cute redhead. I mean, Felplague's an editor. I've seen him in, like, yours and Kakio's chat. Yeah. Felplague's one of the editors. Bye. I'm going to go play COD. See you, Split Rift. If you ever need some high-end visuals, hit me up. I'd share my portfolio, but I can't post links. High-quality visuals? Currently, I'm not in the need of another editor. But, I mean, like, hey, one of them quits. I will be in the need of another editor. I currently can't run the 2 channels without help. It's too much work. Hi, hero. Hello, Pillowy. Why do I hear about the Try Iron Man every single dang day in the community if it didn't have very many views then? It's kind of like the Villain's Corner. Villain's Corner never gets a lot of views, but it's still a very highly requested series nonetheless. It's just kind of like that. People just want to hear Kakio talk in funny voices. It didn't get a lot of views, but I really cringe at myself too much to want to put it out. Have you ever thought about not cringing at yourself, Kakio? Will you be PvPing in Battlegrounds next week? Maybe. That sounds like a next week problem for me to figure out. Current me doesn't think about the future. I identify as a 14 slot bag. You have a type. Hot redheads. I mean, I guess I do. I remember at my old job, there was this one girl I worked with. And, I don't know how it came up, but I mentioned that I liked redheads. And then, like, the next week she came in with her hair dyed red. And I was never interested in her until she dyed her hair red. And then all of a sudden I was. So then I asked her out. We went on like one date, and then that was it. It was really boring, unfortunately. I was no longer interested in her after that. And I would have never have asked her out if she hadn't dyed her hair red. Just hire 100 editors and never make a video yourself ever again. I don't know if I'd have enough revenue to pay all those people. I already give like half of my money to the editors I hire nowadays. Well, because the thing is, like, it's 3 editors plus an artist. So I technically have 4 people that work for me. Get them all. Get them all. I've never used volley before. Get them all. Get them all. Accelerator, you got this. Let's see which one has low health. This one does. Hey, hero, who's ruining Classic? I want to ruin it too. That was actually a thumbnail I created for Soul. Soul Breezy. I think he even used it in one of his videos. I just have like a folder full of thumbnails I use for streams, and that was in it for some reason. I was like, I'm going to use that one today. And then I'm going to contrast it by calling it a normal stream. I've noticed I get a lot more viewers if I put effort into the thumbnail and title of a stream, rather if I just put something generic. I have to trick people into watching me because I'm not very interesting. Damn, here is a good-looking guy and I am a straight male. That sounds like a fib. I remember I met Pyromancer at BlizzCon 2 years ago, or last year, I guess. And then like someone asked him what I looked like on a stream, and he's like, "Hey, here is a really good-looking guy." I was like, "Oh, Pyromancer, you're fucking lying." You're such a goddamn liar. But that's sweet though. What makes for good stream titles? I don't remember. I know there's some that work better than others, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Pyromancer lies. He lies about my physical attractiveness, yeah. But that's, you know, what is he gonna say? No, he looks terrible. It's kind of like, you know, if you have a lady friend and they ask you if something makes them look fat, you don't tell them the truth. That's not the polite thing to do. Why do people refer to people with orange hair as redheads? Man, I like orange head too. But yeah, you do refer to them as redheads too. Here, do editors need a degree or just personal skill? I could tell you for a fact I had to train... The 3 editors I have now did not know how to edit when they first started working for me. I had to teach all of them how to do it. So yeah, no. Actually, one of them went to school for accounting. I'm gay, but here it makes me straight. How would you fix AV without making it mirrored like Isle of Conquest? I mean, like, Korok's Revenge is showing that if you just move the starting point up a little bit, it makes it incredibly unbalanced in the complete opposite favor. Actually, if you had enough revenue to hire 100 plus people, you could just autopilot your own YouTube channel and only have to pay the actors and do nothing else. Man, at that point, I could just hire, like, a staff manager who would pay people for me. You know, it's kind of like a CEO. They're technically in charge, but everyone else does all the work, so they don't really need to do anything. You know, unless their CEO who's really involved in their company. But that is the dream. You know, have a whole bunch of editors, have a whole bunch of voice actors, have a whole bunch of script writers, and then have someone who oversees everything. And it's like, I just collect a check at the end of the month. That's the dream. You have a good voice to relax and empty your thoughts. I like your streams on a second PC that hangs above the games for the second monitor. That is my selling point. I'm gay for you at... Okay. I find that hard to believe. I bet the realists are too honest about other people's appearances. I mean, it really just comes down to, like, social awareness. About when it's a good time to lie or not. If you're not very good socially, you know, then it might be hard to know when it's appropriate to lie or not. Because obviously it's good to tell the truth. But sometimes, you know, they're not looking for the truth. They're looking for a compliment. And it takes social grace in order to understand the context of those kinds of situations. You know, if someone says, oh my gosh, I just don't look so good right now because I'm sick. And then they show you a picture, you know, you don't tell them, oh wow, you look like a monster. You tell them, wow, you look great even though you're sick. You know. Otherwise they get really mad. Totally don't know that from personal experiences, but you kind of have to figure these things out for yourself. The man wants to become WoW's Watch Mojo. Hell yeah. Man, I was like on Twitter yesterday and someone like linked me, someone like clipped one of the audio portions from my WoW video. No, from one of my Yu-Gi-Oh videos. And then posted on their Twitter. They also gave a link back to the video, so, you know, it's totally fine. But they were basically just saying, you know, they liked this one line I read in a deadpan voice when it was supposed to be a comical event. And the person who posted that was pretty popular on Twitter. And I was like, whoa, there's some popular people who watch my Yu-Gi-Oh video stuff. And then there was other people replying who were also pretty prominent people. I was like, yeah, I love the Dual Logs videos. And I was like, dang. Something about, you know, important people liking your stuff that just makes it feel more relevant. So it's not just the WoW stuff. The Yu-Gi-Oh stuff also does super good too. The Yu-Gi-Oh channel, it has been, it might hit 100,000 views by the end of the year. No, it won't. I was like, it might hit 100,000 views by the end of the year, but currently it's been gaining about 4,000 subscribers a month, and it just hit 91,000 like today. So I still need 9,000 more subscribers to hit 100,000 by the end of the year, since it's December. And at 4,000 a month, that's not going to happen. But early next year, it should hit 100,000, so that's pretty good. Unless I just have like a phenomenal month where I get a whole bunch real quickly. And then who knows, maybe it'll pass 200,000 pretty soon, and I'll have 200,000 view channels. But there's not very much potential for growth on the Yu-Gi-Oh side of YouTube. The WoW side is bigger. But then again, there are some Yu-Gi-Oh channels with like really high subscriber counts. If a fat girl asks me if she looks fat, that wouldn't even happen because she already knows I'd say yes. Well, I mean, it's not even that fat people do it. You know, attractive, slender women will do the same thing. They don't really want to be called fat. They're basically just fishing for a compliment. Aren't we all a little vain? It's only natural. Who's vain? Not me. I'm the most humblest person ever. Thoughts on twinking? I've been making a 39 twink hunter and a 49 twink warlock. Twinking seems like it could be fun. I really like doing weird shit in games, and that definitely seems like it's up my alley. Of like trying to get the best possible gear for an obscure level. And then you get rewarded by being able to dunk on all the other people of your similar level. Here, ever thought about starting a podcast or something? I do my Q&A videos, which are basically solo podcasts. Fuck. I need to put him onto all of them individually so that he can gather threat on all of them. There we go. And then I'll rapid fire. Well, why'd she ask me if she looks fat if she knows she's not fat? Have you ever... Well, you'll learn when you get older. I was like, have you never interacted with a girl? I mean, maybe you're young. You know, people just like attention. And sometimes they don't really care how they get it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody likes attention to an extent. Most of the things people do is because they want attention. And most of the time, you're not even aware that you just want attention. That's how, like, ingrained it is in people. Here, did you ever watch Slender Man hentai? Nah. That sounds like it's up my alley, though. I like twinks, ooh woo. I'm sure you do, Welts. Well, I despise lying unless it saves my life. Yeah, I can understand that you probably wouldn't understand the intricacies of when it's socially acceptable to lie, Sam. Because it is, it does require social awareness. This is actually a melee mob. Nice. Damn it, he got too close. If a hot girl asks if you think she looks fat, she's either your girlfriend or looking for an excuse to murder you. It's like, or, you know, maybe she's interested in you and she just wants a compliment from you. You know, if a hot girl asked me that question, I would automatically assume they were probably just trying to set me up. Does anyone else do that? It's like, wow, you're way out of my league. You must want something from me. That's always what I think. I just hit 60 and started rating. Like the possibility of doing the stuff I never did 15 years ago. Love the content. Well, that's neat. You know, I kind of want to rate on Classic for the same reason. just to have the experience of it, but I also don't want to put in the amount of effort that's required for that. Can you do a challenge? Like, for example, you can't use this or you can't only use that? Like the Iron Man challenge? You know, I'm still just trying to hit level 60. Once I do that, I'm definitely open for those kinds of things. I do really enjoy doing the Iron Man challenge. I had to stop, though, because I had people who kept following me around and trying to ruin my time. You know, if I'm just leveling normally, like, there's no reason for people to screw with me, so they usually don't. Especially since I'm not on a PvP server. But if I'm doing something difficult, you know, like an Iron Man challenge, where I specifically don't want to die, then that's when people will hop on and start screwing with me. Is it bad if you take pride in how you get your attention? It's generally not a good idea to take pride in stupid shit like that. Unless it's for a joke.
Time is money, friend.
Yes, yes, I need the crystals. Yummy, yummy crystals.
Glad I could help.
Oh, I need to choose something. Well, I'm definitely going to choose this mace, which vendors for like a gold.
Right back.
Ooh, I leveled up. Nice. Reduces the mana cost of your shots and stings. Heck yeah. Upstairs inside the building on the top floor? Okay. The dress question is a raid mechanic. Failing to interrupt it causes a raid wipe. What?
Yo.
Good work. Although a better job cleaning off, well, no matter.
Keep it real.
Ooh. You are now friendly with Everlook and Gadgetzan. Nice.
Talk to me.
Accept rumors.
Right back.
Don't tell anyone how you got it. Accept Tranek. Alright, alright.
Keep it real.
Turn in up to snuff. You know how long it took me to get this snuff? Turn in Blood Cell Buccaneers. Greetings. Do I take the follow-up? No, it looks like they don't want me to take the follow-up, so I'm not going to. Alright, let's go to Grumgull. Do you remember the coffin joke? I sure do. Well, if a woman asks you if she looks fat, there's no win for you. If you say no, then to her it means you think that she should eat more because she looks bad. If you say yes, then you know. Yeah, that's why it's generally used as like a trick question in comedies and movies and TV shows. No, he has an eating disorder. I don't have an eating disorder. I did an online test for that. And they said, no, you're just overeat sometimes. Melioli, no pets, hunters, manliest hunter. Yeah, I don't know about that. Grats, clickbait is the art of getting attention, basically. Ding. I was like, what the hell are you guys saying grats about? It's like, oh, yeah, I leveled up like 5 minutes ago. I forgot. Wow, Hydromancer challenge. Drink a glass of water IRL every time you need to drink for mana. You know, if I'm being efficient with my leveling, I don't ever need to drink mana. I just keep forgetting whenever I'm streaming. So I use all my abilities off cooldown. Because I'm not used to playing Classic again, because I've been playing so much Retail recently. I have an idea for a challenge. For example, pet only or no side quests. Pet only. I've done challenges like that before. I used to do all those all the time on streams. Those were fun. Hero, how long have you been Stranglethorn Vale? It appears in every single Classic street. I think I'm about to leave. Like, my questing guy just sends me back here all the time. That's all it is. What level are you? I'm currently level 45. Oh, I need to pick something. Accept a grim message. Allies, blah blah blah. Yada yada yada. Talk to this person to fly to Booty Bay. Ooh, I should see if I got anything for leveling up. I don't think I did. What's the funnest tank to play in retail? I have no idea. Like, I have 2 tanks, but I wouldn't call either of them fun. Gosh, these are so expensive. These aren't as expensive. Here's like 8 out of 50 autistic. Oh yeah, I love doing those little tests. All they show me is that I'm a really normal person. And I was like, that can't be true. There has to be something weird about me. Another level of rested experience? Yeah, that's what happens when you don't play every day anymore. I think I took like a week break from playing Classic, so I got a full bar of rest experience. Oh boy, I'm like a 40 out of 50. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Also here, do you have a guild for Classic yet? No, I don't. I don't have friends. Wow, last time I turned to your stream, I thought it was higher. I meant you were higher. Yeah, 45. I'm doing my best. Also, I hear fireworks. No, you don't. Alright, what's the name of the add-on you use for your quests? I actually don't know. Type in ! addons, and it will give you my 2 add-on videos I made about all my classic WoW stuff. They're both short videos, so you should be able to find it pretty quickly. Laughs in 17 out of 20 in general anxiety. Here's the thing, like, I have general anxiety disorder. It's just I'm so good at managing it that when I took the test, it basically said you don't have anxiety. I was like, bullshit. But the thing is, like, the general anxiety tests, they only ask you questions from like the past 2 weeks. Like, all of the questions are within the past 2 weeks. And I was like, I've been fine for the past 2 weeks. So of course I'm not going to do well on this test. That's only because I'm really good at dealing with it. But you know, hey, sometimes I relapse. Sometimes something happens and then I'm anxiety mess for a couple of weeks. And it's no fun whenever that happens. So I'd have to take the test, you know, when I'm going through it in an episode. Accept voodoo inside the building. Accept Stoley's debt. Okay, here we go. Leave the building. Follow the path. I don't know where this one's going. Ah, here we go. Hello, buckaroo. Ooh, that's a nice cape.
Be careful.
Would you like to go to Dustwallow Marsh? Okay. Ride the boat to Ratchet? Alright. Looks like I'm going to a new area. So here, what's your personal least favorite race to play generally? Zandalari, no. Dark Spear Trolls. Well, are you going to join some random guild when you hit 60? Maybe or maybe not. That's for future me to think about. Current me doesn't know. It says the name below the add-on. That's right. But I have multiple questing add-ons installed, so I don't know which one you're talking about specifically. Do you mean the one that's pointing me everywhere? Because that one's Zygor. Yeah, it does have its name on it. Zygor is not going to be in that video. If you are successfully able to suppress the wave of some diagnosis, can you get undiagnosed? I think this is more like you're really good at dealing with it. I don't have a brain, but I'm so good at hiding it no one knows. That sounds about right. Why is the Hunter Epic Bow quest from MC so damn hard? My guild always teases me. There's a reason that quest is famous. Not because the bow's super good or anything, but it's because of how difficult the quest is in order to obtain it. Oh damn, you're finally leaving Stranglethorn Vale after like a month. I haven't been here for a month. I just haven't played very often. It's more like, you know, my questing add-on sends me here regularly, and you probably only watch the streams when I've been in Stranglethorn. But I've been other places. It just keeps sending me back here to do a couple of quests, and then it sends me somewhere else. Whew. WoW Cultist Challenge. Every time you summon a demon, you summon one IRL, only to find out that the IRL demons are rogue main. What? I hope I get good at hiding my autism someday. I always feel like I'm damn good at it, then it goes to shit. You know, hey, they have high-functioning people in society. I'm sure you can deal with it. Anxiety is a little bit different than that, though. Do you want my inward pass? Are you actually Michelle Obama? Get fat challenge. Every time you eat / drinking classic, you have to eat a donut / drink IRL. That's already just me normally. It's easy but difficult as if people attack your mob or not. If they do, your quest is failed. Yep. Yeah, the hunter quest chain thing was probably better done before they removed layering. If I was a wild pet, would you tame me? Ooh woo. Can you be so autistic that you invert it? No. That's not how that works. Faralina? Ew, who plays on Faralina? My GED was like almost destroyed with meds, which is great. My GAD, general anxiety disorder. Yeah, I'm sure medication would probably be really effective for that. Because the thing with anxiety is it's just, you know, thinking too much about stupid shit. I'm so autistic that I'm not autistic. Checkmate, doctors. You know, I'm sure you think that. But what the reality is probably something different. Hi. Hello there, Logan. Paggle Pog. Oh yeah, I have Peggle. I could have been playing that while I was waiting. Did I complete Ironforge? Beat the level, clear all pegs to earn a +1 talent? No. Bajorn. Bajorni. Buongiorno. That's how they speak in Italian. Whoa. Damn it. I should get off the boat. There, now I can complete it. Last ball. No, I still need this one. No! Whatever. I don't care. Standing in Dalaran and Wrath playing Pega while waiting for the raid to fill. That must be before you had a second monitor.
Talk to me.
Show me where I can fly to. Well, generally, if you think you're weird, it means you react to your own 20 quirks very heavily, meaning you aren't weird. Yeah, I don't know about that. Sometimes people think they're weird, it's probably because they're weird. I can't play the game because I keep getting camped. I'm 55 and I just want to get to 60. If I knew how bad PvP servers would be, I would have chosen a normal one so I can quest and enjoy the game I played for. Yeah. Unfortunately, there is a huge stigma against playing on PvP servers. No, on PvE servers, like when Classic WoW launched. Like when it first came out, everyone was saying you need to play on a PvP server to get the real Classic WoW experience. I always said that was stupid. You know, because I don't like PvP servers. And whenever I streamed, people would constantly talk about why aren't you playing on a PvP server? To the point where it was like one of my frequently asked questions where I had to constantly explain why I'm not on a PvP server. And ever since Phase 2 launched, I don't get those questions anymore. People understand now. So it's great. It's more like, you bunch of idiots. I was right all along. Tell us your favorite vanilla WoW memory. I didn't start playing until Wrath. I don't know if I have any memories. Memories are for nerds. What is this video about? What video? What talent spec do you run? I run BM for leveling. Seeing both Peggle add-on and vanilla WoW makes me super nostalgic. You should install Classic WoW just to play Peggle. That's what I'm sure many people do. I'm glad I'm not weird. Sure you are, Welts. There's 32 Horde camping Thorium Point. Hey, that's what you signed up for. People just didn't know that's what they were signing up for, though. I've never played on a PvP server, decided to try it in Classic. Now I regret my decision every night. Yeah, I played on a PvP server for 5 years. I'm an expert to tell you that they're not fun. If you don't like to be on... You know, they are fun for the people who like to form the gank squads, who like to gank low-level players. It's definitely fun for those people. That's not me. So, there's no reason for me to want to do it. If you can't pee directly into the toilet water, chances are you're on the spectrum. My little pop server has been great. I think the larger populations that make it tough, yeah, probably. My server is pretty balanced. Sometimes I get my ass whipped, but sometimes I get to do the ass whipping as well. Hey, that's fair. You know, not everything about a PvP server is bad. I just definitely think the bad parts are enough to not want to do it. Like, you know, they vastly outnumber the good stuff. Or, you know, to a higher degree. They don't have to outnumber the reasons. They just have to have, you know, you can have one good reason for not doing something or for doing something. And a million reasons to the contrary that aren't just as good. Why can Voidwalkers exist in the physical plane while Voidlords cannot exist, even though they are many times more powerful? Because their bodies require too much energy. That's why, like, one of the biggest Voidwalkers, Dementius, he had to devour an entire planet to keep his body together, and even that wasn't really enough for him. So he had to go and try to absorb another planet, and that's what got him killed. So really, the smaller ones are able just to keep their forms easier because they don't require as much energy to live. It's kind of like how, you know, larger animals need to eat more food than smaller ones. If you watch my video on the Void Lords, it explains it in there too. Well, I mean, it doesn't explain that question directly, but it does explain Dementius' backstory. Life hack, sit down while peeing. My goodness. Is that how you do it, Kakio? Are you trying to say you're on the spectrum? Oh my god. Sam, you always say weird things. Boy, imagine being level 12, being on a PvP server. Yeah, you're gonna get ganked all day, every day. I almost feel lonely to level a normal server, though. It still makes me mad when I'm getting camped. Lonely to level on a P? Man, I hate seeing people around. Whenever I see other people in the world, I just think, don't be doing my quest because you're going to steal my resources. I'm the complete opposite. I don't like to see people out in the open world. How come he doesn't have a quest marker on his head? Watch for dialogue. Follow him as he waits. Eventually he'll walk to his location. Okay, so this is an escort quest. I should bring out Accelerator. Worst level to be on PvP servers between 26 and 35. Because you don't have your full kit of abilities yet. I'm sure you'll still get ganked by level 60 players, or that wouldn't have really mattered anyway. There's no inn for Horde in this zone. Not in Classic, you're right. They do have one in Retail WoW. I only got 2 level 15s and got bored and stopped playing. Sounds about right. Classic WoW leveling isn't for everyone. I get bored leveling sometimes too. God damn it, I set down a trap for nothing. Now all of my traps are on cooldown. I swear, I didn't steal anything from you. Here, take some of my supplies. Just tell us what you know about the Shady Rest Inn and I won't bash your skull in. I may have taken a little thing or two from the inn, but what would an ogre care about that? Look here, if you don't tell him about the fire, no, one step closer, ogre. And I don't know anything about this fire of yours. What was that? Did you hear something? Pavel Reith, pirate, show Lieutenant Reith some mercy. Gladly, sir. They're gonna kill him. Steps backwards, the air lodges deeply into his chest. Ah, Helen, didn't think you had it in you. Better not die on me, human. Okay, I'm gonna feign death to lose aggro. I'm gonna run over here, turn on Aspect of the Hawk, and volley. Damn it, don't run out of volley. Okay, they did it. They almost did. Do what you want, just leave me alone. Whoa, I was able to do a full AoE clear. Whoa, I did it. Still with us, human? Must be your lucky day. Alright, I'll talk. Just leave me alone. Look, you got nothing to believe me, but it was... Ah, wait, looks like the girl could shoot. Looks dead to me. Not much else to do. By the way, thanks for watching my back. You better go back and tell Grog what happened. What happened? I actually want to know. Just leave me alone. Look, you're not going to believe me, but it was... Oh, light. Looks like the girl could shoot. I want to know what happened at the Shady Rest Inn. I'm gonna make a video about well, it's gonna be part of a video. It's like top 10 uncompleted quest chains. Sometimes they opened up a story in these zones and they never actually completed them until later. And this was one of them. They didn't complete this quest chain until the Burning Crusade. So for this whole time, no one actually knew what happened at the Shady Rest Inn. What is your favorite class? I don't know. Priest or hunter, probably. Well, I'm gonna go meet some dinner. Be good, kiddos. Never. They're never gonna be good. Kalimdor feels empty. Kakio has big autism. I keep creating new BGs. What can I do to stop doing that? PGs? I have no idea. Hero, is classic fun? It's alright. Leveling got boring around 30 since there's so little to do in some of the zones. Not if you have a Zygor add-on which tells you where to go. If you try to level through the zones like you would in, you know, the live version of the game, the zones weren't really designed to be completed in that way. So like this add-on tells me to complete a couple of quests in a zone, and then once those quests are done, it sends me to a new zone to do more quests. And then it will send me back to zones. Because it's like, here, you're not at an appropriate level to do these quests in this zone now. And it's like, whoa. I couldn't imagine trying to complete all these quests in the zone before leaving. Advanced tactics. Less space between everything. One other question. In your video about the Void Lords, you explained that they're more powerful in the Pantheon. How can that be if the Pantheon is supposed to be the opposite of the Void Lords? The Pantheon's not the opposite. The opposite is the light. Like, if you look on the little scale they have of opposites and everything, I think the opposite of the Pantheon is like the demons. You know, Pantheon is order. The demons are disorder or chaos or whatever. The Pantheons are just a super strong alien race, basically. And the Void Lords are like ridiculously overpowered entities that can't exist in the universe. It's like a completely different situation. Ah, there it is. Thank you for making amazing videos. You're welcome. I'm not sure they're very amazing, but... Hero, do we have gamer night or are you sick again? I'm not sick. I was thinking about doing some battlegrounds in WoW for gamer night. And then I forgot there's EU people on the server. Well, I guess EU people can't come then. I think they finished it in Cataclysm. No, they finished it in the Burning Crusade, I think. They remade it in Cataclysm. You could make lore video on this. Because to me it seems like we killed him for no reason. Killed who? Feign Death is my favorite hunter spell. Yeah, Feign Death is pretty neat. It's pretty neat. Gunther Arcanus is on that list. No, they finished Gunther's story. They just didn't use him again in Cataclysm. Hero, this is just like that one time you wondered why a carriage was destroyed, and then it turned out it was coyotes. It was raptors, actually. I was surprised that it was raptors who did it. They were surprised in the quest, too. That one's called Fool's Gold. I remember that one. Top 10 anime deaths. Rip human. I know, we were so close. He could have finished his sentence, but instead he decided to waste his last breath talking about how the girl could shoot him. It's like, you sexist asshole. You could have given us good information. I tried playing vanilla and just couldn't get the magic feeling that I did back in the day, only if I smoked mad amounts of weed. That's true. Hey, you know, people's preferences in video games change over time. No, don't run. Okay, so what do I need to do? Kill the enemies around this area that look like small flying dragons. Be careful, there are many elite enemies around this area. If you have trouble, try to find someone to help. I ain't finding help. I do everything solo. Opposite of Pantheon is the Burning Legion, basically. That is to say, you know, don't take those opposites too liberally. Or literally. Liberally is the complete opposite of what I was intending to say. Quest and vanilla are excuses to make you grind mobs, basically. Yeah, 100%. And it was revolutionary for the time. Like, you know, the predecessor to WoW was EverQuest. And despite the name of EverQuest being, you know, EverQuest, they didn't have very many quests in the game. They maybe had like one quest in a zone, and everything was about farming mobs. And I just think, my goodness gracious, that sounds annoying. But I used to play an MMO like that too, so I totally get it. I thought the quest system in WoW was crazy too at first, because I was used to playing a game where everything was about grinding mobs. And it was insane to see, like, there was a quest where you can do quests as well. A game that you can do quests. But, like, here's the thing. In those games where you just grind mobs to level up, the mobs usually give a lot of experience. So, like, it makes sense. WoW isn't really designed for that. You know, the quests themselves give a lot of experience. And the mobs themselves just kind of give, you know, a base amount. But in games where the game is, like, designed around killing mobs to level up, the mobs themselves gives a lot of experience. I think even EverQuest, though, like, the mobs didn't give that much experience, where you were still basically killing mobs in WoW with the amount of experience they gave you. The MMO I play, though, the mobs gave a ton of experience, so of course it made sense to just grind them to level up. I don't think I need to kill these things, I'm just trying to get through. And they keep attacking me. Hi, how's everyone doing this morning? I don't know. How does anyone ever do in the morning? Do you think there's also a Light Lord? I'd be surprised if there wasn't a Light Lord. I think Nanarus are probably Light Lords. If WoW expansions were compared to ice cream flavors, what would they be? I'd say vanilla is probably pistachio. The Burning Crusade is chocolate. Everything else is probably Napoleon. BFA would be horseshit if humans in the camps hear what that you just killed the ogre. What? Who was it again? Using Wowpedia? Who was what again? If you are doing BGs and that means I can sleep and will probably watch this stream to the end, thank you. You're welcome, Sam. That's if we do BGs. Or we might do something else. You never know, you know? You never know, you know? Ever play Eve? No quests? LOL. You wouldn't want to do anyway? Yeah, some games are just like designed differently. Where it seems crazy that there's no quest in an MMO, but you know, if the game is designed around the fact that it won't have quests, and it's not really a big deal. But most of them are designed around having quests now because WoW was so successful with it. And it seems people like that. Where it's just kind of normal now. I think that might have been one of the reasons WoW was so successful, was because you could quest to level up. And that was just like a foreign concept. People just didn't want to put that much effort into making that many quests. It seemed ridiculous. WoW is pet battle week. Why aren't you doing pet battles, Hero? Because I did that last night. Kids these days and their quests. They don't make MMOs like they used to. Sips Monster Energy Zero Ultra. I think that's what my mom drinks. Okay, boomer. Are Naru pretty weak or is just Illidan really strong? No, Naru are really strong. They just like let themselves die all the time. It's really weird. They don't like to fight except when they do. How good is a life enchant really? I don't know. I don't think it procs very much. I need to feed my pet. And he can't be fed while he's moving. Narus are fragments of Light Lords. Probably the Naru aren't that strong compared to the Void Lords. They're not strong compared to the Void Lords, but then again, nothing is. Void Lords are like the pinnacle of strength. So that's not really saying much. But lore-wise, Naru are some of the strongest beings in the universe. Also, hi Kakio, how's Dottie doing? Dottie's on her way to launch at the remains of Darnassus. Fail, thanks. On her way to laugh at the remains of Darnassus. That sounds good. Why did he evade? Am I supposed to kill these things? I don't know if I am. I was confused because there was that quest you did where you killed the human in the camp. That man standing next to the tent with an ogre. The ogre helped you, you helped him. What? Did people actually like grinding tons of mobs? Yeah. It was fun. You know, back when that was kind of a novel concept. Because, like, EverQuest was the first MMO that had 3D graphics for an MMO. Before then, they were all top-down. So, WoW came out and they had better graphics than EverQuest. And the cartoony style just made the game look better for the limited hardware. And also, you know, there was quests. There was just lots about WoW that just really struck well. Especially since it was done by Blizzard, which was a very respected company at the time. The Blizzard quality. I mean, they still have a pretty good brand today. What am I talking about? Do you think WoW's going to have to end? If so, what note would you want it to leave on? The villains winning? The end of the world? I don't know. It'll never end, and if it does, it'll probably go out with a whimper, not a bang. WoW's like Star Wars, it will never end, basically. What do the Naru do? They can do everything. They can get rid of your scars and make you the chosen one. You don't remember the quest you did 10 minutes ago, or are you just joking? I remember the quest. I don't really understand what you're saying, though. That's what I meant. Illidan had the power of God and anime on his side. Did you ever play RuneScape? What did you think of leveling, if so? I did play RuneScape, and I remember I quit playing after I started a quest, and they're like, you need to be a paid member in order to finish this quest. And I was like, I ain't paying for a video game. So I left. And then I started playing WoW like a year later. Which is ironic. Top-down MMOs? Like, what kind of top-down MMOs existed other than RuneScape? RuneScape was 3D. EverQuest came out in 1999. It was around for like 5 years before WoW came out. A lot of the people who designed WoW were like veteran EverQuest players. But remember, the Void and Light crashed forever until it suddenly made an entire new realm, the Twisted Nether, and the universe. So, like, there's got to be counter to the Void Lords. Yeah, the Light Lords. Thinking on it, I know that Bolvar and the Death Knights are playing a huge role in Shadowlands, but it seems like a good opportunity to add necromancers. Yeah, I'd agree. That would be the best way to add necromancers to the game. Who knows, maybe in a future patch. And WoW had a well-liked established universe? Yeah. That always surprises me to hear, because I'd never played the original Warcraft games. But then again, I didn't really play video games back then. Computer games, anyway. How can the Burning Legion be the opposite of the Pantheon? If the Burning Legion's goal is to defeat/stop a Titan becoming corrupted, are they not closer to the Pantheon than the Void Lords? When I say they're the opposite, like, there's this map in Chronicles that shows all the powers in the universe, and then it has opposite forces being on opposite sides of the map. So, like, on the opposite side of the Pantheon is just the Twisty Nether. That's all it is. You know, take it with a grain of salt. It's not super set in stone. If the Pantheon was going to have an opposite, it's probably the demons. But it's also more likely they just don't have one. And it's not the Void Lords. So why did you have to kill the friendly guy? Because you were talking about the lore of the quest and then it got finished? I didn't kill him, someone else did. The Nara provide energy, light to their chosen. Yeah. There's some speculations that Elune, you know, the Night Elf god, is probably just a Naru. To give some indication of how strong the Naru can be. And that's probably true. They might just make Elune into something that's not a Naru, but I'm pretty sure Elune is a Naru. RuneScape is super fun, and so you get to like level 40 in every skill, then it's like, okay, sit here for 8 hours clicking a pond, then you will hit the next fishing level. RuneScape is super fun because of the constant progression and the simple combat, but once the constant progression slows, it gets bad. I remember I was watching Method Josh play RuneScape, and he said the reason he liked RuneScape was because it had a constant sense of progression. And funny enough, that's also one of the reasons people don't like the artifact power system. Because they want to be done with their progression. They don't want to constantly have to increase the power of their character. I don't really agree with that. I think it's totally fine if you have a constant progression system. But I think that's because I kind of compare it to Diablo and Paragon points. And the Paragon points really make sense for an infinite progression system. Artifact power is not as fun as Paragon points, though. Even though the system's pretty similar. Man, I remember I was watching this video. It was some dude comparing he was comparing World of Warcraft to Final Fantasy 14 or whatever the MMO one is. And he was like, you know, going over points in the game like rating, PvP, you know, which were better. He said Final Fantasy 14's rating was better, and I was like, bullshit. But, you know, everything else seemed pretty reasonable. And then he went to the gearing methods. He's like, okay, now let's compare gear acquisition, you know, and funness from Final Fantasy 14 and World of Warcraft. And after comparing everything, he's like, okay, and the winner of this category is Diablo 3. He showed, like, the Kunai's cube system, the legendaries, and I was like, oh yeah, Diablo 3 does have the best gearing system. was like, I didn't even think about that. I was like, yeah, nothing really matches Diablo 3's gearing system. Anyway, let's go on to the next option. I was like, oh, he pulled a sneaky on me. But I never really thought of it in comparison to WoW or other things. It's like, yeah, that's pretty true. And Diablo 3's gearing system is probably one of the best ones. Especially with the Paragon levels and everything. Congrats, you're not in Stranglethorn anymore. I'm not even in Stranglethorn very often. It just sends me there back occasionally for stuff. I need... Can I track Dragonkin yet? I don't think so. Maybe that's a high level track. Can I learn it? I can't track Dragonkin till level 50? Oh, that's stupid. What if we are their opposites? That could be true. RuneScape came out in 2001, 2 years after EverQuest. Are you sure top-down MMOs were popular before EverQuest? I didn't say they were popular. I just said EverQuest was the first 3D MMO. And yeah, RuneScape came out 2 years after EverQuest, which doesn't disprove anything I said. When Velen said that to the Night Elves, they got pissed. Same when he said that to the Orcs. Yeah, Velen told the Night Elves that Illume was probably a Naru, and they got mad. So he never mentioned it again. He was like, okay, you crazy people. You guys actually just worship a Naru, but whatever. You know, if anything, that's kind of insulting. You're trying to say Naru aren't special? Pull back. Damn it, too late. Man, it's a good thing I have this dude. Screech is really good at picking up threat on multiple mobs. Damn it. Pick up threat. Ooh, these things do a lot of fire damage. Save me. I guess I should use Bestial Wrath. Diablo 3 wins in Final Fantasy 14 versus WoW. When it comes to the gearing system, yeah. Uh-oh, Accelerator died. Can I skin him when he dies? No, I can't. You should get arrows. You only have 3 stacks left. I only have 1 stack left. Actually, I'm tired. Good night, Hero. Goodbye, Sam. I know you don't like me anymore. It's cool. I need to feed him some meat. And I need to eat too. The players have the best armor in the game, plot armor. That's true. People would get mad if the player just solved everything through plot armor, though. The shit lords. Is Hero STV going to be the biggest meme on his channel? No. People will forget tomorrow. Are the Titans really good? Yeah, of course they are. Also, there was tons of top-down MMOs before RuneScape. Here's first video on the channel is about an old top-down MMO he played. Yeah. The very first video on this channel is about Fallen Sword, which is a top-down MMO, if you want to see one of them. You recovered from your cold quickly? I had the cold for about a week. Usually, I've heard people recover from colds in a couple of days. I don't believe it. I've never gotten over a cold that quickly. But I had it for about a week and a half. Maybe a week. So the Night Elves are a bunch of Bible thumpers. Night Elves, they're like half devoted to a loon and half like tree hugger hippies. So it's like, you know, half of them are super into nature and the other half are super into a loon. And also nature. That kind of describes the Night Elves. How did you get the better looking Tom arrow? That's just part of Zygor, the add-on I have. You're like being the idea that Elune is the 5th old god gone rogue, but that's probably shit. The 5th old god is Gahoon, though. Looks like the raptor has a quest for you. If it does, and Zygor's not telling me to get it, then I'm not going to do it. Goodbye. Goodbye. Elune is a sexy woman I saw on different sites. Yeah, I'm sure you did. Here, is your server dominated by Horde or Alliance? I have no idea. It also doesn't really matter on a PvE server. Suggestions, do Galakron for the next Villains Corner, since he's an important villain for the dragons we have in WoW. He's also going to be a major character in the Hearthstone expansion. Currently the next one's going to be on N'Zoth. And after that I was thinking about doing one on Sargeras. And then after that, hey, Galakron, sure, why not? Well, maybe not, why not? Because we did a Villains Corner on Malygos. And it took a really long time because dragons apparently are much harder to draw than humans. And the Villains Corner on Malygos goes over Galakron anyway. If you want some Galakron lore, just go watch the Villains Corner on Malygos. It'll give you all of your Galakron juicy lore needs. N'Zoth, we've come to bargain. Half religious fanatics and half hippies. The thing is, like, even the religious fanatics in the Night Elves are also hippies. So they're all hippies. It's just half of them are also, like, religious fanatics as well. Xalatath was said to be an old god as well. It's hinted at. We don't actually know for sure. How do PvP servers work, though, if you go outside to Plague Lands? You see, aren't attack other players? You can't attack people on a PvE server unless they turn on PvP. Like, they have to literally let themselves get attacked if you want to attack them. Or you have to trick them into turning on their PvP. And there have been bugs and stuff in the game that have allowed people to, you know, flag enemy players on PvE servers. There's also like a little trick hunters would do where they would take control of like level 5 boar and then just use Eyes of the Beast to walk it in front of a newer player so that they would get attacked and that would flag them for PvP. I think they pulled a fast one with Gahoon being the 5th old god. Remember in Pandaren J Temple, there's the one fight in the library where it talks about how ancient Pandora saw 5 burning stars crash into Earth. I think there were 5 old gods. I'm sure the one irrelevant details program Last Consequence. They have mentioned the fact that there's 5 of them many times throughout the game. So there could be one more, for sure. Because, like, they didn't even announce N'Zoth until Cataclysm. Before then, we only knew about Yogg-Saron and Cthulhu. And before Wrath of the Lich King, we didn't even know about Yogg-Saron. We had only known about Cthulhu, and that there was probably more. And then we didn't learn about Y'Shaarj until Mist of Pandaria. So they could totally have more. Especially since they just made G'huun out of nothing. G'huun's literally just a Titan experiment that turned into an old god. Consent is important, kids, even in World PvP. Yeah, World PvP on PvE servers works on a consent basis. You have to consent to it. You know, you can't attack guards in cities and stuff, and quest givers. So that's usually where the PvP happens on PvE servers. Someone will go to, like, a low-level city and just kill all the guards. And then that's where, like, World PvP will happen in order to defend the place. Xal'atath is the 5th old god. No, she's not. G'huun is the 5th old god. Xal'atath could be the 6th old god. Maybe. You can also use the Ice Snowball from holiday events. Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, that was a bug. I remember I was doing the Iron Man challenge when they first came out with those new snowballs. And then I was streaming the Iron Man, and someone came over and threw the snowball at my pet, which was known to cause being able to flag people. So I immediately logged off because it scared me. And it turns out they had fixed the bug already by then. But my god, was that scary to have a high-level player fly down and throw a snowball at my pet. G'huun wasn't one of the 5 stars, though. He was created later on. That's true. He's still the 5th old god, though. Not one of the 5 original, but we don't know if there even is a 5th original. Correct me if I'm wrong, but does the Chronicles say there's only 4 old gods? Yeah, it does. But as we found out at the last BlizzCon, Chronicles, you know, it's written from a certain perspective, which means there could be extra things added onto it that the person who wrote the Chronicles just doesn't know about. So, like, whoever wrote the part about the old gods only knew of the 4. So it's true that there was at least 4 of them. But it could also be true that there was another one. What about the 69th old god? Nice. I don't think there is a 69th old god, though. Crossroads for Ally World PvP. Wow, I've been streaming for almost 2 hours now. I think I'll end this stream in about 10 minutes. Once it hits 4 o'clock my time. G'huun, aka Young Money. Yeah, he's young blood. G'huun definitely didn't come from the skies. Yeah, not at all. G'huun is a young old god. Still an old god, though. Xal'atath is the 5th original. Also, Chronicles shows the 5th old god in its artwork. No, it doesn't. You're just lying, Felplague, like you always do. A liar and a fib. I'm almost out of arrows. Why did these 2 people run over and help? When are we getting a G'huun battle pet? Like a little G'huuni? Man, I would totally love that. I'd be all up for a little G'huun battle pet. We're not supposed to be able to kill any old god. They're old gods for a reason. Yeah, still not sure how they kill N'Zoth. I really need to know the answer to that question for the video I'm going to make on him. Skirt, skirt. Hi, Harima. Hello. When and are you going to stream again? I stream every day in December. That's a lie, actually. Next time I stream for sure will be next Friday. Otherwise, I stream occasionally at night. So if you just have YouTube notifications turned on with the bell icon checked, it will give you a notification if I go live. Otherwise, there's no reason to have it turned on. Xalatath is the pentagram for the old god speculation since we found it in Tearsfall, which was one of your first videos, Hiru. That place was used for a couple of artifact weapons as well. It wasn't just Xalatath. Well, I think it might have just been used for one other one. I know it was used for a warrior artifact weapon as well. I really need to go buy some arrows. Time to head back to town. Inzoth gets dabbed on by the 69th old god. There's probably 69 old gods, because there was that one planet that Sargeras found, which was completely taken over by an old gods. And we don't know how many old gods were on that planet before Sargeras cut it in half. The 5th old god? Let me see your wrong image, Fell Plague. Let's see. Yasharaj, Yog, Nazoth, Cthulhu. That's nothing. That's just decorations. That doesn't prove anything. Do the old gods work together? It seems we players keep fighting them separately. They do. They work together. They don't really like each other very much, but they do help each other out. Like, you know, before the Pantheon came, the old gods used to fight each other. But Yasharaz was the strongest of all of them. So, you know, hey, they could have killed the 5th old god. Arms War artifact was stuck at the head of a Cathraxi guard, which was also located in Tearsful Glades. In the exact same location that the Shadow Priest dagger was. I don't think it's the exact same location lore-wise, but in-game, it's literally the same. Do you have any pets IRL? Yeah, I have 2 dogs. Don't we get to fire Planet Buster laser directly at Nazoth? Pretty sure that would be enough to kill him. What you do is you get the Engine of Nalek to channel the Forge of Origination, which is a Titan artifact that was created to wipe out all life on the planet, just in case it got corrupted. And so you channel the energy from the Forge of Origination, which was made to wipe out all life on the planet, into a little beam that you then fire at Nazoth. So yeah, that's what kills him. Or they use the Blade of Xalatath to do something, which they haven't really explained. I know Xalatath is used for something, but I don't actually know how Inzoth dies. Which is frustrating because I'm making a video on him, and I need to know that answer. Oh, man. My throat. Do you only play Hunter? What's your favorite class? I play a Priest on live. That's my main. I don't think I even have a high-level Hunter. Like, I have 4 max-level characters in BFA. 2 of them are priests, and one of them's a monk, and the other is a demon hunter. None of them are hunters. Because Titan Creations got cursed with flesh, and basically all of WoW's about mortal races besting the ancient gods, WoW's probably going to end with the destruction of the extreme and the cosmos gods. But that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. That would be a good way to end it. Thanks for the $10, alt tiered. You know, you can send a message with those as well. I think they even have stickers you can send with them now too. Are the old gods gender fluid? Probably. No, definitely. The old gods can just create minions out of themselves. If anything, they're asexual. One of these things can sell me arrows, and I forget which one it is. It's probably the person who's named the Bower. Loktar. Ogre. One, two, three. Why don't other classes need to do this? Why is it only hunters who have to pay for every shot they shoot? It's unfair. Where's the mailbox at? I don't know. How come you can't track mailboxes in vanilla? Is it outside the inn? They probably don't have a mailbox in this city. You know, I'm gonna get off soon anyway. I'll probably just fly to the nearest inn. Camp Tarajo, Crossroads, Ratchet, Faralina. You know, Camp Tarajo is the closest, but the flight point takes me to the Crossroads first anyway. So I guess I'm going to the Crossroads. Would it be cool if N'Zoth killed us? Next expansion started us waking up in a cart with our hands tied behind our back. That doesn't happen. Classic lore is more like Dark Souls lore. Retail lore is more like Witcher lore. Both good from a different perspective. That's a good way to put it, I guess. Illidan shows up. I am the gods. Gender identity has nothing to do with sexual orientation. I'm sure old gods don't care. So, yeah, I guess non-binary would explain it. Warriors and rogues do too, hero? What do warriors and rogues do? They have to pay for their ranged weapons. They can just equip a thrown weapon, though. Shadowlands will end with us waking up at level 1 in our respective starting areas. I'd be fine with that. Warriors have to pay for every shot they shoot, but they don't need to shoot. A warrior will probably buy, you know, a thing of ammo, and then it will last them for a year. Just get the legendary bow that makes you arrows. Wow, what a casual. That wasn't added until the Burning Crusade, and it drops from the very last boss in the last raid, so it's useless. What is your favorite cinematic / cutscene? Rejection of the Gift. The one with Illidan destroying the Naru. That's my favorite. It's dumb, dude. Why would you be able to track a mailbox? You know, I'm still waiting on Dave and DevBot, right? Hey, it'll come out eventually. I just have more important things to work on that actually people care about. Like more top 10s. Thrown weapons aren't permanent until Kata, when they made thrown weapons droppable items, like in raids and stuff. No, they were... That was probably done in Burning Crusade. Old gods have a gender, but the old gods do not actually have gender. When referring to an old god, it is better to use gender-neutral pronouns, like it, rather than he or she. Sure, but the thing is, like, lots of masculine pronouns can also be gender-neutral as well. So I don't think it really matters. Hey hero, history of weapon types. Let's do it. Sure, if you want to put it together. It's been years. It has been years.
Well met.
But also, I've been working on other projects besides that. You know, other projects that also don't get views and take a long time to make. And it's only been like 2 years, maybe 3. It was 2017 when I released the last episode, wasn't it? Yeah, I guess I am overdue. But here's the thing, like, I have been working with people in order to get episodes made. And every time, you know, I had someone to start making episodes, things fell through. Like, I have been working on it over the years. It's just every time I try to get something off the ground, plans fall through. Like, the person just doesn't want to work on it anymore. So it's really hard to get someone to work on it, and I'm basically just going to have to do it myself. I don't have the time to do it right now.
What are you looking for?
But I haven't abandoned it. I have been trying to get people to work on it. It's just every single time something was about to happen, they flaked out. Or they just didn't want to do it. Which is a shame. Here, please make the video. Does Nazoth have a PP? I only make top 10 videos. That's something you could do, Kakio. I love Classic because it renewed my incentive to play retail and collect random shit again. Yeah, I've heard that a lot. I was putting the range slot weapons to the gun for warriors because they still had range slots, like DKs had the sigil, shamans. Yeah, I know all this. I made a video about ammo. Roll survival and melee everything. Saves money on ammo. True. It also doesn't save you time, though, because things take forever to kill. Because melee hunters sucked. Or melee hunters. Oh no, now most WoW players won't be able to kill Nazoth because of social anxiety fail. Top 10 old gods with big... Ooh, I can't say that. You'd think since they use their tentacles, they use their PP all the time. Top 10 PPs in WoW? No, here, you skipped it. Throwing weapons are consumed on use in Kata when they were removed ammo. No, they weren't. Do you have confirmation on this wrong fact? Because I started playing in Wrath of the Lich King, and thrown weapons were absolutely not a consumable in Wrath. Hey, I main a melee hunter. Melee hunters are a real thing in retail WoW, just not classic. Throne patch history? Let me see this. Throne patch history. However, ammo was removed. That's wrong. That article is wrong. Thanks for the €1, I think. X blink kill XXX. Thrown weapons were just ammo basically until Cataclysm. No, they weren't. That's not how thrown weapons worked. They changed that in Cataclysm. Although it does say that in the, you know, over there. That's not how it worked, though. Like, I'm telling you. If that's what it says on the WoW Wiki, which I did just read, the WoW Wiki's wrong. As much as I hate to say it. Because thrown weapons didn't have ammo in Wrath of the Lich King. So it couldn't have been removed in Cataclysm.
What do you need?
Because they were already gone.
Be safe.
They did remove all ammo in Wrath of the Lich King. I mean, Cataclysm. Throwing weapons had charges? No, they didn't. They didn't have charges. Anyways, I need to get off. See you later.